Hey guys, what's up? It's Alex or Nuzz here, and today's video is going to be a video talking about the newest RuneScape update coming this Monday, the first front of the Elder Godwars 3 dungeon. Now, this is going to be the Nodon font. Now, as many of you know, we have been waiting a long time for the Elder Godwars dungeon to release, and I mean a long time. The dungeon was first revealed back in RuneFest 2019, all the way back in October 5th, 2019, or 658 days ago. Yes, it has been quite a while. Now, the first front is set to release to be one of 4 fronts for the Elder Godwars update, which is very exciting as it's coming this Monday, and we have not had a PVM-based update this big really since God Wars 2 and Telos in 2016. And if you don't remember how much God Wars 2 changed RuneScape, well, here's a quick summary. Back in 2016, the God Wars 2 dungeon was released, which gave way to 4 new bosses and gear. We had Vindicta, the Dragon Rider Lance, new hybrid armor, Hellweir, new tier 85 magic wands and orbs. We had Gregorovic, the Twin Furies. We also had new invention materials. We had the new best in slot perks like Aftershock, the widely used planted feet perk, but none was greater than the 2016 release of Telos the Warden, which came a short 3 months after the release of God Wars 2, which was absolutely incredible seeing the scale of the boss. Telos introduced the first ever tier 92 weapons, which were the Staff of Sliske, a powerful tier 92 staff, the Saren God Bow, the newest tier 92 bow, and the Zeros God Sword, the most powerful God Sword in RuneScape with an amazing special attack. So to recap, God Wars 2 brought us Vindicta, Hellweir, Gregorovic, Twin Furies, Telos, Dragon Rider Lance, Shadowglaive, Kaiware Wand, Kaiware Orb, new hybrid armor, Aftershock perks, planted feet perks, chroming, a new reputation system, the first boss that goes to 4000% in rage, the first streaking mechanic for any boss in RuneScape, the Warden title, the Silver Warden title, the Gold Warden title, Staff of Sliske, Saren Godbow, Zero's God Sword, reprisal ability. Okay, that was a lot, but that's my point. Will the Elder Godwars dungeon, which has taken double the development time of the God Wars 2 dungeon, live up to the God Wars 2 release? Well, that's what we're going to talk about today. So what is being released with the new Elder Godwars dungeon? Well, we don't know totally, because the updates are going to be released in 4 fronts, starting with the Nodon front tomorrow. At first, I wasn't a fan of this because I felt like it was just a way for Jagex to milk their content for longer, and we've waited so long for the Elder Godwars. I wish we could just have had a huge epic release like Archaeology. However, after thinking about it more, I think it may be a good thing that the Elder Godwars is being released like this, one front at a time, because this gives us time to appreciate each new front. And hopefully there's enough content with each new front to keep us occupied until the next one comes out. Alright, so let's talk about what you've been waiting to hear about, which is rewards. Now, if we're looking at the Nodon front rewards, we have Karapak's Wrist Wrap, which will be tier 85 magic gloves that will make Combust instantly deal 25% more damage if used 6 seconds after Dragon Breath. We have the Scripture of Joss, which is the new God Book. We have Greater Concentrated Blast, which is something to rival Greater Ricochet for the magic combat style, and it will surely bring magic more in line with the other styles. We have fractured pieces of the new Staff of Armadillo, which is the first tier 95 weapon, and it is exclusive to hard mode. There will also be upgrade kits to increase damage for the Oldak Coil and for the Dwarf Cannon, and Resident Anima to upgrade the Pontifex Shadow Ring. And there will also be new Dragonkin Bones. So wow, that is a lot of stuff, and that's just for the first front and the first boss, which leads me to feel like we will have even more new items and content than we did with God Wars 2. Now, one thing that I was a little disappointed with was that the new Tier 95, the first Tier 95 ever released, is probably going to be just a spec weapon to shove inside an EOF. This is because its special attack seems really powerful, but we already have the Inquisitor staff, which beats out the Staff of Armadyl at a lot of current bosses. However, this will probably change once Jagex starts releasing bosses around Tier 95 accuracy. But this is just one of the downsides of what the EOF has made, is that it's made special attacks super good, which means super expensive weapons are just going to be chucked in them and used as a switch instead of your primary weapon. I've got to say though, the dyed variants of the Staff of Armadyl look absolutely incredible. And while we don't know what the other Elder Godwars bosses will drop, we can assume that they'll also drop Tier 95 weapons of the other two styles, and we might have a clue. So shout out to Mike Roo for bringing this to us on Twitter. But the Staff of Armadyl looks like the prototype God Staff from Archaeology, a prototype that the Elder Gods tried to create. Now, what other prototypes are there, you may ask? Well, if you look deeper, there's actually a prototype God Sword and a prototype God Bow. Now, this is totally in line with the next two bosses, the thought that they would be dropping ranged and then melee items, and I could see it being totally possible that we get a Tier 95 God Sword and Tier 95 God Bow for the other two bosses. As for the fourth boss, well, we do know based on the lore it should be a Tokar boss, and my friend brought up that it might be a fight kiln type boss, sort of how we had the Inferno on old school RuneScape with new and powerful kiln capes, and I may be getting ahead of myself, but it really seems like we're going to have a lot of content coming our way the rest of this year. And that's not even to mention the fifth Elder Godwars boss, which is supposedly still in development, and we do not have a release date on that yet, although it was safe to assume it would be sometime in 2022. This boss is supposed to be the Telos, if you will, of the Elder Godwars dungeon, and boy, I cannot wait to see what that boss may be. So overall, do I feel like Elder Godwars is going to fail miserably and not live up to the hype, or is it going to be exactly what we all wanted? Well, that depends on a few things for me. If the bosses are well done, they are a challenge, and each front provides a decent amount of content that can be enjoyed all the way up until the next front, then I think this update is going to be absolutely amazing. If the bosses are buggy, too easy, or the other fronts take longer to come out than anticipated, I feel that will hurt this update quite a bit. However, the hype is absolutely huge for this update. I can't remember a RuneScape 3 update that had this much hype. I mean, Archaeology, but this just feels like it has more, and that means expectations are going to be sky high. And anything that's so highly anticipated, it's really rare that it lives up completely to expectations. Take Cyberpunk, for example, No Man's Sky, the list of games goes on, and if something is overhyped, it's ridiculously hard to live up to it. However, I think God Wars 3 personally will be everything that we want in an update. But will it live up to the extreme bar that has been set for it by the Jagex crew and the RuneScape community? Well, we will find that out tomorrow when the first front releases. Let me know what you guys think about the Elder Godwars release. Do you think it's going to live up to the hype, or will it just be another meh update? Do you think it's going to be better than the God Wars 2 update? Let me know in the comments below, and like this video and subscribe for future RuneScape 3 content.